I've heard a lot about him. I heard that, you know, he comes at you. I hope to use my quickness and my experience to defuse him.
All right, so Jorge Angat coming back from that. He says he's trained hard, though, for 3 weeks, and he'll be ready tonight, Jeff, I'm sure, fighting for the FFKA World Featherweight title.
But it has to make a difference, and it has to mess with your confidence, so to speak. Whereas Torres is coming in knowing that he got a chance to train hard, and he's undefeated. Now here's Angat coming in with a lot of experience, 12 years of full contact under his belt. But this has to play with his confidence a little bit. When you're out with the chicken pox and coming back, it makes it difficult.
Of course, Angat talked about the keys for him tonight. He said speed, smarts, and aggressiveness, and those are 3 good qualities to take into the ring.
It's going to be important that he got that back in those 3 weeks of training, because after laying off for 3 weeks, you do lose a little edge. But hopefully he came in, trained smart, and he'll be up for it.
All right, let's take a look at our head-to-toe fighter profiles right now. Torres, 20 years old, Angat, 27. They're both 5'4". They both weighed in at 131 pounds. That arm reach is measured fingertip to fingertip with the arms extended. Dead even in that category, Jeff. About dead even in the leg reach. But there's the record and the experience that we talked about. 29, 6-2 for Angat. He's also had 16 more knockouts than Torres.
Well, the way I see it, they're so equally matched in their reach, their height, their weight. Everything is the difference. What's going to make it is this layoff of 3.5 weeks. That's what we're going to have to look for to see if Angat is going to have the stamina if it goes the distance.
All right, so let's get ready for the 2 fighters to step into the ring now. Scheduled for 12 for the FFKA World Featherweight title. Juan Torres and Jorge Angat coming up right after this.
This ESPN.
And we're back in San Jose, California for this ESPN Championship karate fight between Juan Torres and Jorge Angat, scheduled for 12 for the World Featherweight title. I'm Pat Scanlon along with Jeff Smith. Right now, let's go into the ring and join announcer Lee J. Nelson.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the San Jose Civic Auditorium in beautiful San Jose, California, for an evening of ESPN Championship Karate. These fights are sanctioned by the FFKA Terry Nye President and the California State Athletic Commission. Raul Silver, Chairman. Executive Officer Ken Gray, and our official at ringside, Rob Lynch. Our fight physician is Dr. Naylor Fitzhugh, and our referee for this fight is Paul Kears. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's throw some dynamite. This fight is an FFKA 12-round featherweight world title bout. Introducing in the red corner, he's from Fresno, California. He's 5 feet 4 inches tall and weighed in today at 131 pounds. He has a record of 13 wins, no defeats, 3 of those wins by knockout. Please welcome, in the red corner, Juan Torres. And his opponent in the blue corner. He's from Oxnard, California. He's 5 feet 4 inches tall. And he weighed in today at 131 pounds. He has a record of 29 wins, 6 losses, 2 draws, 19 of those wins by knockout. Please welcome, in the blue corner, Jorge Angat.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jeff, points for fashion for Jorge Angat with the multicolored pants there in the gold and red sequins. Here are the FFKA rules, scoring on the 10-point must system. Here in California, there will be no standing 8 count and no 3 knockdown rule in effect. A fighter can only be saved by the bell in the last round. And, Jeff, the fighters must make a minimum of 8 kicks per round.
If they don't get the 8 kicks, they will be penalized 1 point, and they have to make it up in the next round or they will be penalized again.
Referee Paul Kears, and we're underway. Scheduled for 12 for the FFKA World Featherweight title. And Angat comes out kicking.
has a nice knockout record, and I think the longer the fight goes on, the more it should tend to favor Juan Torres because of the layoff that Angat had to take because of those chicken pox.
Powerful right hand that time by Torres. Torres in the black pants with the white stripe, and there's a good right uppercut. Followed up by a left by Jorge Angat. Torres, though, with a dangerous front kick, Jeff. There's the kick off as he faked the spinning back fist.
I like the eye contact of Angat. He's right there. He's got real good confidence in his eyes. You can tell a lot about a fighter by his eyes, especially in these early rounds.
And we're midway through round number 1.
It's important in this first round to develop the control of your fighter and to let him kind of know who's the boss. Let him feel a little bit of that power. Try to intimidate him to take away a little of his confidence. And it looks like Angat is doing a little of that in this first round.
There's a short chopping left by Angat.
Good sportsmanship there by Torres. Referee hollering break, and Torres breaking clean.
And Torres said he'd be looking to adapt to whatever style Jorge Angat showed him. Scoring against the ropes, but Angat with a good counter combination. Final seconds now of round number 1. And a spirited flurry to end round number 1.
That was a nice spinning back fist by Torres, and it caught Angat by surprise, but then Angat coming back strong with his own series. There's Bernie Krasno in the corner there giving some instructions. Looking in Torres' corner, he has Herb Cody and Alan Torres, his brother.
Torres says that one of his favorite techniques is the spinning back kick or back fist.
They throw a nice combination, then he spins around and catches him with the back fist.
And Angat able to follow up with a strong overhand right.
It didn't look like it hurt Angat on the replay here. It looked like he stumbled, so it just made him mad, so that's why he came back kind of strong.
Juan Torres. Been training with boxers in preparation for this fight with Jorge Angat. Round number 2. Angat with front kicks.
Torres is losing his eye contact when he comes in. He's ducking his head down. He's looking like he's a little gun shy of Angat's techniques here.
Torres off balance that time off the side kick. Angat goes to work.
Angat definitely looks more comfortable inside. Torres looking like
a good left hand that time by Torres.
Torres came back, but he waited a little while. He cannot lay there and let Angat land that many shots on him. That can be dangerous.
He paid the price, but he was able to score with a left hook. And there's a front kick, and Paul Kears checks the gloves of Angat.
They ruled that a slip. He had his front leg up, so he just slipped down as he kicked. A knockdown has to be the power of the blow to knock you down, not just you being off balance.
1-2, left. 1-2.
Jeff, it seems that Torres has a habit of coming in a very awkward fashion.
Well, he's trying to keep out of the way of Angat's punches, so when he's stepping in, he's kind of being a little gun shy. He's not confident moving in with those hands.
Torres said he wanted to improve his punching power. There's Angat with a flurry. Final seconds now, round number 2 for the World Featherweight title. Back in the San Jose Civic Auditorium. Juan Torres in the black pants. Jorge Angat in the gold and red sequin pants. Third round action for the world featherweight title. Angat with a right hand.
You see how Torres is leaning forward as he steps in with that jab? He needs to keep himself up a little straighter and then be ready to follow with that right hand. When you're leaning over like that, you cannot throw that right hand.
And Angat taunting Torres, and the crowd didn't like that.
Torres came back and said, come on, come on.
Angat waiting for Torres to walk in. There's a spinning side kick. Oh, and Torres that time walked into a right hand from Angat.
Angat is really figuring Torres out and is starting to set him up here nicely.
Good round kick that time. Torres trying to answer.
Angat acknowledges it and shakes his head, you know, like good technique. It didn't hurt him, but it did catch him.
Seems that Jorge Angat willing to counter punch. There's a good left hand.
He ended with a good right one, too.
Angat waiting to see what Torres shows him and then trying to counter. Final seconds of what's been a very quick round number 3. Ooh, left hand that time by Torres.
Torres needs to throw more of those combinations after his kick.
Well, both fighters exchanging as we come to the end of round number 3.
Angat did not like that. That was very close to the bell.
And I'll tell you, Jeff, Juan Torres wound up with that spinning back fist. And I think he started to throw it before the bell did sound.
I think it was a clean blow, but Angat should not ever drop his guard until the bell has sounded, and then you walk away still with your hands up, because I think he started it before the bell rang. You see Torres getting some instructions in his corner from Herb Cody.
And now working the Angat corner, Refugio Flores and Bernie Krasno.
He doesn't look like he liked that too much. You see Bernie putting the Answell on his nose there. That probably put a little bit of a bump. Got a little bit of a mouse there.
Bernie told us today this is the 50th world title bout he's worked. He even worked in the corner of former heavyweight champion Larry Holmes. Round number 4 now, scheduled for 12 for the FFKA World Featherweight title. Angat in the gold and red. Torres in the black with the white stripe. Let's see if Angat has some avenging to do for that spinning back fist, which ended round number 3.
There's a spinning back kick by Torres, but it didn't seem to affect Angat.
Both fighters have had no problem making their mandatory 8 kicks, and then there's Angat with a spinning kick, losing his balance and bouncing into the ropes.
That was nice timing on Torres. At the same time he threw the Torres threw the side kick, Angat threw the reverse kick, so just caught him off balance a little.
Angat likes to follow that left hand in.
Torres has a nice left hook. He landed it a couple times in that first round. He needs to follow it up with his right hand, and it could be devastating.
Angat snaps off a left. Round kick, and Torres with another kick. Now Angat.
It looks like Torres is getting his confidence a little more. He got it towards the end of that last round, and it looks like it's starting to show a little more in this round.
Well, we talked about it. Angat coming off a bout with the chicken pox 7 weeks ago. So far, his stamina looks pretty good.
Doesn't seem to affect him. But we'll see in the later rounds if they're both still here.
Right now, we come to the end of round number 4. Left-right combination. Torres got the better of that. But Angat standing toe-to-toe. Torres said he expected a war, and we've seen some good action to end the rounds.
Every round has ended with a nice flurry. Both these fighters wanting to leave a good lasting impression in that judge's mind, because remember, what happens in the last 15 seconds can make the difference in the round completely.
Of course, scoring on the 10-point must system. There's that spinning kick, and then Angat losing his balance.
You saw the side kick caught him on the side as he was spinning and caught him a little bit on the back. You see from the other angle here, there's that left hook and a right hand. See how Torres winds up, and they're just throwing it. This is the closing seconds of that last round, and you just see they're both throwing some bombs.
Neither fighter really scoring with accuracy, with the exception of that left and overhand right by Torres that started the flurry. Now round number 5. The world title hanging in the balance. Good side kick by Torres to keep Angat away.
These featherweights, though, do have some speed and power. You can hear their punches and kicks landing crisply.
Torres has ripped his pants. Spinning hook kick by Angat.
It caught Torres in the head, but it didn't appear to do much damage.
And that left hand of Angat has been more and more effective. There it is again, sending a spray of perspiration off the face of Juan Torres.
If you notice the lights in the corner, that string of red lights, and there's a string of the blue, those are our lights for counting the kicks. When the fighter has gotten in all 8 kicks, one bulb will light up for each kick, and then the yellow light will come on the top to signal that they have gotten their minimum 8 kicks in that round.
Good left hand by Angat. Torres again stalking, and Angat showing good motion from side to side.
Looks like both of them wanting to catch a little rest here at the end of this round. Let's see if they're going to close this round as hard as they have the others.
All right, so as we come to the end of round number 5, Angat and Torres for the world featherweight title.
How far can you drive your car on Phillips 66 Trop Arctic?
100,000 miles.
Just by changing your oil every 3,000 miles?
Taking a look at that reverse hook kick, watch him spin, and catches him right around the guard, right upside the back of the head. Nice technique by Angat.
Round number 6, and Angat taking it to Juan Torres. Angat in the gold and red sequin pants. Pat Scanlon and Jeff Smith here at the San Jose Civic Auditorium. Left hand by Angat. And a right scoring by Torres.
You can watch the water flying from their head now as their corner has put a little water to cool them down in these middle rounds. The body heats up, and that'll burn up that stamina. It's important to keep your fighter's body temperature as cool as possible to help in his endurance.
Well, Torres, the longest fight he's fought in previous to tonight, 10-rounder. Angat says he's gone 12 rounds several times. Midway through round number 6. With a round kick by Juan Torres. Torres throwing a right and a spinning back kick.
I like that combination by Torres. He needs to throw more of those. He threw a left, a right, and then came on through with a spinning back kick. He needs to continue those type of combinations, not just one punch.
Angat with that left hand. Throws that left jab with some force and some determination.
It takes confidence to be able to throw those combinations. One punch, sometimes you want to throw your punch and get out of there because you're afraid you might get hit. But when you start putting combinations together, then you know you have the confidence to land them.
As we come to the final seconds of round number 6. And again, Jeff, it seems that these fighters saving the best for last in the round.
Definitely that right hand, he dropped all of his body weight into that.
There's a look at Juan Torres. Began studying the martial arts in Guadalajara, Mexico. Said, I never really fight the same fight. I'm always adapting my styles. Jorge Angat from the Flores Brother Karate Studio.
Angat is looking a little tired in there. See Bernie talking to him, telling him to move that head so he doesn't get caught with one of those right hands again.
Here's that final combination.
Nice hook kick by Torres, and then he comes back with another right hand as he falls down. He needs to do more of those kick-punch combinations.
Well, Jeff, we're midway through this World Featherweight title fight. How do you see it?
It's a close battle. It's definitely going to be decided in the last half of this round. Last half of this fight now.
Round 7, and Torres staggering Angat.
Angat shaking his head like, you didn't bother me. I was just off balance.
Nonetheless, Torres continues to be effective.
That was a nice combination and kick and punch by Angat.
Angat willing to work upstairs and pay the price as he goes inside on Torres. There's Torres, left, right, and another kick combination, Jeff, and a round kick, too.
Every time Torres puts one of those combinations together, he looks good and usually lands them.
Interesting, it's Angat, the veteran of 37 fights, but Torres, well schooled in his 13 outings, apparently.
With both of them having 15 years experience in the martial arts, it definitely pays off. Of course, only 3 of those years has Torres been doing full contact, but 12 of them Angat has been.
Round kick by Torres. Both fighters have made their 8 kicks in this round. And Angat now stepping it up a little bit. Both fighters feeling one another out. The closing seconds of the round have been when they've done some of their best work. And this round, number 7, is no exception.
Torres was moving that head good and following with those kicks back.
Welcome back to the San Jose Civic Auditorium. I'm Pat Scanlon along with Jeff Smith. Round number 8 for the FFKA World Featherweight title. Jorge Angat in gold and red going to work on Juan Torres.
Torres catching him with that spinning back fist in that, but Angat never stopped a beat. He just kept on coming and caught Torres a little bit with the shin in that.
Juan Torres has used his kicking and punching combination through the first 7 rounds of this fight. Good defense there, blocking the kick with the gloves. Angat has had that strong left jab.
Torres has a little blood coming from the nose now. Looks like Angat going to work on it a little bit with that jab.
Good left uppercut by Angat. The San Jose Civic Auditorium in Silicon Valley. fight country tonight.
You know what happens, Pat, with a nose starting to bleed like that, it can affect your breathing and take some stamina away. Fighter likes to breathe through his mouth, so breathe through his nose. He has his mouthpiece and he needs to bite down on it to protect his jaw.
Right hand by Torres. Now he comes in on Angat again. Spinning kick. Paul Keir says, get him up. Ooh. Torres going headhunting.
That was a nice head movement by Angat, getting under that hook kick.
Good round for Juan Torres from Fresno, California.
You notice how when Torres is kicking, he's ducking away, so it's a little harder for Angat to follow that kick with a punch. But when Torres stands up a little straighter and follows with his hands, he has done some damage to Angat. You see Torres' corner going to work on that nose a little bit. Here's a look at some of the slow motion in that last round. Here's that big looping left. Both fighters landing him, but it looked like Torres came out on top on that one. And then a nice kick a little bit low. There's that spinning kick. It looked like it caught him just under the arm there.
Well, Torres, as you see, a little bit of Vaseline being applied to a slight mouse under his left eye. And Paul Angat, or George Angat, excuse me, what does he have left? As we begin round number 9, and now Torres' corner wiping up the water that had spilled. Paul Keir is doing a little housekeeping.
The referee can warn them. They can receive a warning and a penalty if he feels they're doing that intentionally.
Round number 9 now, FFKA World Featherweight title. Angat comes out kicking.
Oh, right. Hold the time.
Paul Keir says hold the time.
Just cleaned up a little more. It's too wet.
He wants the corner cleaned up more. Still too wet, he says.
It can be a little slippery in there. Both fighters don't mind that. They both look like they want to catch their breath just a little bit.
We're here for the FFKA World Featherweight Championship on ESPN. Torres on the right, Angat on the left. Good left hand counter by Torres.
This fight is still real even, Pat. It's really going to be decided in these last few rounds if it goes the distance.
Spinning back fist, but he connected more with the elbow on Angat, and Angat now working a combination. Torres always dangerous, Jeff, with those kicks.
I'm impressed with both these fighters. Both of them have thrown some nice kick techniques, some nice punch combinations, looking real sharp.
Both fighters exchanging jabs. Torres gets turned around. Torres had told us his spin kicks were one of the things he likes, and he certainly used them frequently throughout the fight tonight. Good round kick by Angat. Backs Torres up against the ropes late in round number 9. Good left hook to the body, and Angat goes to work. We'll be right back. Back at the San Jose Civic Auditorium, where the FFKA World Featherweight Championship is on the line. Scheduled for 12. Juan Torres in the black, George Angat in the red and gold. I'm Pat Scanlon, along with the former light heavyweight champion of the world, Jeff Smith. Jeff, it's been very close.
And it looks like Angat is sensing that he understands whoever's going to win, take control of this fight is going to have to start pushing the initiative here. They're going to have to start taking command. There's only 3 rounds remaining, including this one.
Angat from Oxnard, California, a spinning back fist that Leads to a pirouette by Juan Torres. Good left hand followed up by a spinning kick for Torres. Torres has demonstrated the ability, Jeff, to kick well and follow up with combinations.
Angat still looks like he's in pretty good shape. The 3-week layoff, I don't think has affected him.
Angat attacking. Both fighters have made their 8 kicks this round. Angat still up on the balls of his feet, moving, dancing a little bit.
Tempo slowing a little bit here in this 10th round.
Good combination that time. Angat goes to work. Torres covering up on the ropes. Tell you what, Jeff, Torres and Angat take their cues well when it comes to the 10-second mark of the round.
They definitely, when they hear that there is a 10-second warning that the Boxing Commission gives, the Athletic Commission here in California.
You see the blood under the nose of Juan Torres. And there's the mouse under his left eye. Herb Cody going to work.
It looks like he has a little bit of a cut there.
Down throat, man.
Torres' corner talking to him. Now to Angat's corner. There's Bernie Krasno giving his fighter some last-minute instructions.
Don't let him get off. Do your number. Step away. Don't let him catch you at the end for the combination.
He's telling him to throw some combinations. Don't let him catch you coming in. Some good advice on someone who's been in 50 world title fights.
Oh, and a spinning back kick to open the round by Jorge Angat. He leaves his calling cards for Juan Torres.
It's a nice way to start a round. Kind of put you in the driver's seat. Now your opponent has to come back to regain that lead. Flores trying to do a little step through. Torres trying to do a little 360 step through, but Angat moving out of range.
Little 1-2-3 kick by Torres. Ooh, right uppercut that time by Angat, getting the better of that flurry.
Torres looked like he was going to attempt a spinning back fist and got turned around, didn't get a chance to do it.
Midway through round number 11.
Angat is doubling up on that front hand nicely. He just needs to follow it up with a right hand or a kick.
There's a round kick followed up by the punch for Torres. Good left hand by Angat there. Got that short, powerful left jab. Oh, he digs one to the body of Torres.
Then he comes right back up to the head. I like those combinations.
Final seconds now of round number 11. We finish with a flurry as the FFKA World Featherweight title is on the line. FFKA World Featherweight title. Juan Torres in black. Jorge Angat in gold and red.
You see both fighters touching gloves in this final round in a little mutual respect. But one of these fighters, I think, can still take control. A big round by either fighter will definitely give them the victory, I feel.
So it hangs in the balance, Jeff Smith.
Both these fighters looking like true champions. I'm impressed with both of them.
Good exchange by both. Torres trying to throw that side kick to keep Angat away. Angat backing Torres into the ropes. Angat going to work, but a good flurry by Torres. Both fighters have a lot left here in this last round.
What I liked about that exchange is that they were throwing nice hand and foot combinations.
Midway through this 12th round. Juan Torres had never gone 10 rounds or more prior to this fight, but he'll go the distance here. Now Angat doubling up on that left hand.
Nice kick following those punches by Torres.
And again, both fighters making their mandatory 8 kicks. Now let's see if these guys do it on cue again with 10 seconds left in this final round.
I'm glad I'm not one of the judges on this fight. I would hate to have to score this one.
There it is, the exchange by both fighters. They'll go out punching. It's Angat scoring.
There's Angat in the air, thinking he won it. Torres over in the corner, getting congratulated by his people.
And the fans on their feet here at the San Jose Civic Auditorium, saluting Juan Torres and Jorge Angat for a fight well done. Well, Jeff, unofficially, we're back at the San Jose Civic Auditorium, where the FFKA World Featherweight title hangs in the balance. Juan Torres and Jorge Angat giving it their all. A very close decision expected. Let's go to ring announcer Lee J. Nelson.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a unanimous decision. Judge 1 scores a 117-111. Judge 2 scores a 118-110. Judge 3 scores a 117-112. The winner and the FFKA Featherweight World Champion in the blue corner, Jorge Angat.
Well, Jorge Angat with a mixed reaction from the crowd here, winning the FFKA World Featherweight title. Coming back from that bout of the chicken pox. Accepting congratulations from FFKA head Terry Nye as he places the world title belt upon the hips of Jorge Angat, who improves his professional record to 30 wins, 6 losses, and 2 draws. The young man from Oxnard, California. Jeff Smith said perhaps a narrow margin of victory, but actually the judges having no doubt in seeing it his way. Right now, let's go to Jeff Smith, who's standing by with our new champion.
Congratulations. That was a tremendous victory.
Thank you very much, Jeff. First of all, I'd like to thank West Coast Productions for giving me the opportunity to fight for a world title, and I'd also like to thank the FFKA and ESPN for televising it this evening.
Did your bout with the chicken box, did that give you more trouble than you thought? How did you feel in the later rounds?
Yes, it did. I had 6 weeks to train for this event. I was sidelined for 3 weeks with the chicken pox, as you can tell by looking at my face. Thanks to my girlfriend, Sandy Cardelio, and the support of my work, First American Title, Aerobics R Us, and Flores Feathers Karate Studio, and good old Pops right here. This wasn't a single victory. It was an effort of a lot of people.
Well,
10 years hard work.
Well, congratulations to Bernie, his corner, and to our new champion, Jorge Angat.
Okay, Jeff. Thanks very much.
And now,
You see,
back to Pat.
okay, Jeff, thanks very much. And you could see the hero, according to George Angat, his girlfriend Sandy, who came through with the chicken soup and the rice, and apparently it worked wonders as Angat wins the FFKA World Featherweight title. Angat now with a record of 36-2, and we'll be back in San Jose in just a moment.